time for compassion. Are you ready to start?
Okay. Yes.
The city of brotherly love is also, apparently, the city of creepy haunted prisons. Who knew?
You want Philly?
You kind of just gotta send it sometimes, you know?
Hey, you. The pod of brotherly shove.
Welcome back to the Brotherly Shove podcast.
I'm so upset. I'm actually so upset.
Whoa! If we start with upset, Robbie, then no one's gonna stay. Because they don't want to be upset right now.
Quite frankly, it's too late to start with anything else because I just don't understand why we live in a world that is so technologically advanced, but it's siphoned. That's the problem. It's siphoned. It's siphoned into everybody's siphoned into their own.
What do you mean?
Because like, great, you can record screens now and share your screens now. That's awesome. Technology.
But now it's siphoned.
But it's every single fucking platform needs to have their own specific way that they do the same thing, and it actually
they siphon it.
Microsoft needs permission to access your screen. Google needs permission to access your screen. Discord needs permission to access your screen. Zoom needs permission to access your screen. Like, I wish we could go back 10 years in time to when we were like, all these companies take all these cookies and all this stuff in the background, and I want it to be more transparent. Like, you know what? Actually, can I take that back? Can we as a nation and as consumers just take that back? Just use whatever, just create, because what it does is it gets in the way of a seamless user experience. Like when I have 25 applications on my computer that each need their own sets of permissions and allowances, and I need to, where's that in systems? I haven't done it. It just drives me off the walls bonkers. And also, sorry. One last thing, if I may.
Yeah, I can wait.
One last thing, if I may. Why?
Start the pod off strong.
Why is it that Google can only remember your decision for a day? I never want any website to ever have access to my location. Why do you ask me every time I go to a browser?
Because they want to know where you are. They want
I
to be able
don't
to
want
you.
them.
They want to you
click allow. You click allow. It remembers it until your grandkids die. Okay? You deny it? Let me ask you again in 5 minutes, just in case you change your mind.
Well, what if you change your mind? What if you say, you know what, I did before, but now that you ask again, like I can be convinced.
It's sludge. It's sludge. It's like sludge designed because no one changes their mind about that.
Like
no one who says no changes their mind about that. The only thing that happens is eventually the consumer gets so frustrated they just say, you know what, fine, here. And that's not.
Yeah, like, and then the company win.
Is it unfair for me to just say that's not the world I want to live in?
I don't think it's unfair for you to say that that's not the world you want to live in.
I've worked myself up so bad. I'm now hot.
Okay,
I'm now
how can we spin you back down? How can we spin you back down?
I have
Bubbles. Look at Bubbles in the corner. Come on, we don't want to talk about you.
Sending him to Vietnam.
We don't want to talk about you. Why are you sending Bubbles to Vietnam?
I literally.
Do you think?
I'm also because.
Do you think Bubbles would like? Okay. Do you think Bubbles would like? Okay.
He'd probably be ambivalent to it.
Okay. Okay. You think he'd like that?
He'd probably be ambivalent.
So I've been getting it recently. I've been getting really my newest phase is Vietnamese rap, and let me tell you, dude, Low G and Viet Gunna, those are the two killers of the industry over there.
Yeah, you've sent me a couple songs.
And what do you think about them? Aren't they the most stunning things you've ever heard?
The first one you sent me honestly had a good first 10 seconds, and then okay.
Yeah, it
like
did.
That part when he says those words is good, but the rest of it is less than okay.
I think you're being a little harsh on Low G.
I like the problem with the Viet, because I'm comparing everything to Saigon Dip Lam.
Saigon, yep, by Carol Kim.
By Carol Kim, and that
Or
song,
this version sung by Carol Kim.
that song is good, for the entire
Period.
duration, from start to
That
finish.
song, no, well, I mean, that's a banger. You know, when you explore, when you like enter into a new world of like media, you start with the bangers, and that's how they get you in. And then you go and listen to everything else. And if you like, if you like the style, you like the sound, you like the vibes, then you start discovering the other goated ones.
Yeah.
I think something that we have to touch back on is we're losing. We're losing horrendously
to
to those two chuckle fucks over at the other.
Oh, you're segueing. You're
podcast.
segueing to what was
I'm
their names?
segueing.
To the other Brotherly Shove
Kent.
podcasts?
Kent and like Mike, I don't even remember because they're so stupid.
Well, if you don't remember that, how
I
do you
don't
know
even
where they're
remember
losing?
their names.
What if they also took a very wait? You haven't? Can you intro again? Because I feel like you just tried to start introing, and then I freaked out when Discord asked me if I could share my screen permissions. I'm gonna get started again
my
on that.
God.
No, because the other thing that pisses me off about that is because you can't just like there needs to be a button that just says allow. Like, do whatever you want with my machine, you're allowed to.
But then they have your location forever. And I think, Robbie,
No,
I think
what I'm saying
this
is
frustration is part of a bigger thing.
What I'm saying is why do I need to allow Discord access to my microphone, to my speakers, to my headphones, to screen record, to make changes on my desktop? They're asking too many individual questions.
It's coming from your computer because your computer has this hardware that is like plugged into it, that is interfacing through it. And so when Discord boots up, it has to ask your computer if it can take that. Because otherwise, I could walk by your computer when you're not looking, like throw in a drive that flashes everything, and then walk away, and I have all of your data, like a person.
Why can't I mean?
That's why these computers have like built-in security.
But everybody has all my data anyway. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to say.
Like literally your bank account. And they steal your money, and then it's gone by the time you notice.
I need two
Like, that's-
computers. I want, in my perfect world, 2025 is the year of creating the perfect world that I want to live in.
okay.
And fiscal year 2026 is that year, actually. 2025 is almost over.
Yep.
Fiscal year 2026 for me is about creating the world that I want to live in. And in the world that I want to live in, I have one computer for, like, that's just like anybody, like it's like a library public desktop, and then I have my bank account computer where I keep my bank account information. That's locked down like Fort Knox, and that's what that is.
You could probably do that. Create like a separate disk, have it like a disk partition and whatnot. You know, just tech things.
I could.
Things that you might not be able to understand.
I know what a disk partition is, bro.
Bro, you don't know anything. You don't know shit about shit. You don't know what disk partition
I bet you
is.
don't even know how to edit and access the disk partitions on a Windows PC without signing into your user account first. I bet you can't do that, and I can do that.
I literally could do that circles around you.
Tell me how somebody who can't even wave dash can do a disk partition edit.
That is just blasphemous. That's just blasphemous. I think you know what? I think you're getting a little too comfortable up there, Mr. Krabaco. I'm just going to say whatever, and it's the internet, and I'm just going to say whatever and do whatever. Everybody's going to...
I have been receiving some local flack recently for some videos I've put on the internet.
You've been receiving local flack?
Yeah, one of my friends was like, dude, why you keep burning the American flag? And I said...
Oh yeah, you did do that.
I said, I don't take very kindly to the federal government telling me what I can and cannot do. And then he looked at me and I said, I thought Wyoming was supposed to be the place you moved to if you didn't like that. And then he said,
Nice. That's a good response. So you dodged that flak. You dodged that flak barrage.
I know. Yeah, I also had calls to get me fired from my high school job because apparently it's a bad. I'm
It doesn't stand up
negatively
for the values
influenced.
of Natronas
It doesn't.
County.
Yeah, it's like a bad influence on the kids. But you know what? My job at the high school I'm a state employee, and you want to know what the state of Wyoming takes very seriously?
Ooh.
Luckily, still, First Amendment rights.
What?
So I'm lucky actually that when this other person who will remain nameless went to my boss and showed him the video, his response was, it's a First Amendment protected activity, and he didn't do it at school, and he didn't do it on the clock. So I don't know what you want me to do about that.
Yeah, I've been learning about the First Amendment in my comm law class. That thing's crazy. It covers some bases. It covers some pretty serious bases.
It is crazy. My state representative, my state senator doesn't think it should exist anymore. But
What does that mean?
It
That's
means,
got to be clickbait.
It was not clickbait. She was actually Senator Cynthia Loomis, fuck you, was quoted as saying.
That's right. That's what the BSP thinks about Senator Cynthia Loomis.
We do. Are you comfortable with that? Because this is a two-person democracy. I'm comfortable with that if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Well, okay, no, I shouldn't be reactionary. I should hold off, and I'll come in with my judgment after you give me the honest and true account of what she said.
Okay, I'm not quoting word for word, but I will paraphrase to the best of my ability and knowledge. I did do a video on this, so I remember what she said pretty clearly. She said,
okay.
This is when, what did this happen in the wake of? This happened in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, when everybody was trolling him online.
Yeah.
Let me be so clear, we're not talking about that right now. We're just talking about what my senator said about it. Okay.
Yep.
She said, I used to think that the First Amendment was absolute and that there should be almost no checks and balances on it. And then I quote, her second sentences was, I don't feel that way anymore.
Okay.
She was talking about in the greater. She was talking about Charlie Kirk in the greater context of political violence and violence against politicians. So pretty much the way I took it was she's scared that people are gonna, kill her, and she's now trying to take away my freedom of speech. Anyway, so now you can pass judgment. Are we okay saying fuck Cynthia Loomis on this podcast?
I think so. Because
and that's like I'm not inserting to myself into the situation. That's like paraphrasing exactly what she said.
Because government officials do enjoy specific, rights, specific speech protected under the First Amendment. The layman might not, but they shouldn't be, legislated in the law as a separate class of human that deserves more or less than the normal citizen.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I think that they actually are. There's a few cases where it makes sense. For example, a senator or representative can't be arrested on their way to vote. Like, I get why that's in there. But in terms of, we both shouldn't be able to shoplift the same way.
I actually think that senators should be able to shoplift, and that's their one kind of thing that's their gimme. That's the one thing that they get for having a life in politics. That's the privilege.
Isn't there
you can legally shoplift, but petty shoplifting.
What about all the other privileges they have?
They should just get this one, and then we call it a day.
So they should get shoplifting, and then we take away what they currently have? I don't get it.
Yeah, so we take away the things like
I actually
them being
think
able to trade stocks.
Are we talking openly and honestly, or are we not being earnest today? Because that will dictate what I say next.
We can be open and honest.
I actually think that congressmen and public appointed elected officials should be held to a higher standard and have more laws that apply to them than the regular average person.
Yeah, probably. Not being able to trade stocks.
That was my first one. I think for sure that. I think they shouldn't be able to trade stocks. I think they should be able to sit on any committees in which they have private business interests. I think they have to
Yeah.
forego their private business interests while in public office.
Yeah, they could just be held in escrow or something like that.
I don't think they should be able to pardon themselves. I'm talking about governors and presidents.
Probably not. Probably not. Probably not.
But what do I know?
Nothing. Nothing.
So-
You're dumb and you're stupid. Anyway,
Can I
the
talk about
other
what?
Brotherly Shove
Yeah.
podcast.
Uh-huh.
I think we should. This episode's gonna come out, and it's gonna be the first one that will have came out. Will have had came out in a while, and we should address our long absence.
Okay, yeah, let's address it.
We took a long absence.
Where does
That's
it live?
all there is to address. What do you mean? Where does it live?
You said you were going to address our long absence. To where do people send in their letters?
Krabaco@gmail.com. That's probably where you want to send them.
That's not a real email address.
Yo, we're looking for sponsors. So, yo, hit us up. I know you've really liked this first 15 minutes. You're probably convinced. You're probably sitting there to yourself saying, wow, we need to attach our product to this
Daniel,
show.
you just
And
want
what I say to
sponsors.
you is, come on over.
You just
Robbie,
want
where should they direct their
They
their
can
questions?
email Robbie@kraba.com is what they can do.
See, do that. What's up? Yeah, what's up, dude? What's up? What you got to say?
You just want sponsors so that I buy you a camera.
Yes.
Can slimy little Daniel calls me up and says,
Slimy Dan.
okay,
Robbie, so how about this? Right? Krabaco, they're a production company, right?
Uh-huh.
Put on shows.
Uh-huh.
And they do a great job.
Uh-huh.
I think as part of the production company, they should, produce things like cameras for, people on a show that require a camera, like the Brotherly Shove Pod, for instance. You should buy a camera for all the hosts on the Brotherly Shove Pod.
That's not going to happen.
Okay. To which I responded, okay, worth a shot.
Yeah, so that's how that went.
A bummer for all involved who just want to really see this show elevated. Who really just want to see BSP reach the heights that it can.
And
Those
here's
who want to
here's my
beat
only thing.
Kent and Chris.
Here's my only
What's
thing. If there was actually people that wanted to see this show elevated, you'd have an argument. But there's actually nobody that even sees this show, let alone has a yearning for us
what are
to
our
be
viewer
better.
numbers?
Bad.
What are our numbers on podcasts
Really,
and Spotify?
really
Double
bad.
digit, single digit bad?
Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
Because if this is single digit bad, look, I appreciate all you single digiteers out there. And you know what? For you guys, that's why we're doing it. We're doing it for all the people
Do you have any
who
guesses
make the
as
BSP a part of their routine.
I log in?
What's up?
Do you have any guesses as I log in?
I like to think that we sit somewhere between
What the
11 and 18
total downloads?
downloads or listens.
I think they're in the industry. I think they're counted as the same thing, unless I'm wrong.
Well, they sound like different things. A listen is different than a download.
No, because when you listen to a podcast on a streaming service, once you get more than a certain X amount of time into it, it's technically being downloaded to your device so you can listen to it.
I feel like that's not been my experience with the apps.
I'm extrapolating, but I'm only saying that based off of the fact that I only get stats on downloads is the word they use to categorize how many people are consuming our show and not listens.
All right, 7 to 17. That's my range.
7 to 17 all time. This is our 6th episode. We've published 5.
This is... all time?
So you're saying 7 to 17 per...
38.
All right, you're not far off. We've had 30 downloads.
Great. And it's for you 30. It's for you 30 that we keep on keeping on.
And you and I are probably 2 each on each episode, so that's 10.
Don't do the math. Don't do the math. Just don't.
So that's
don't
10.
do the
And
math.
then
You don't
rest
need
in
to be doing
peace,
the math.
intern Lauren and intern Troy are another 1 download each on each episode, so that's 15.
Rest in peace.
So
May their memories be a blessing.
half of our episodes downloads so far have just come from the Krabico team. So really it's 15 downloads across our first
the
5
math
episodes.
here is not important. It's just not. Because we're going to get massive sponsor. We're going to get lucrative sponsor deals. We're going to partner with Paramount.
By the way, Daniel, the numbers get even more bleak.
I don't know that, man.
Because so we've just established that 15 of our 30 all-time downloads come from us, right?
If we were to
Of
establish
the
something else-
remaining 15, 12 of them came off of the first episode that we uploaded when people were like, oh, I'll check this out. And after that first episode, which got 12, that wasn't us, over the next 4 episodes, we've had...
Look, they were bad. They were bad anyway. They were
had-
France episodes.
We've had 3. So we've actually
They were
posted, we have posted an episode that not a
Great,
single person
great.
listened to.
Great. That's just
We've been
exactly what I want.
averaging
Yeah.
less than 1 download per episode across our first 5 episodes.
I'm really glad that you did this math for us, so we can just really feel.
That's really bad.
Because now,
Hey.
one listener is so much different than 0.
Well, then
Right.
3/4 of a
one-
human being that's been listening to our show.
Oh, it's like the Tleilaxu birth tubes. The person's just gestating in the birthing liquid.
It's not even a full person. Hey, chat, if you are listening, could you let us
You
know?
Can't say chat, especially if there's no chat.
There's hey, chat.
If there's no chat, you cannot be saying chat.
Oh,
That's just rule number 1 that I have with
Well,
you and your chat usage.
we don't. There is, to be fair, okay, there is about an 80% chance that there might be 1 person in the chat this episode.
With our 3/4 of a listener, average listener.
We have, hey,
I think the other Brotherly Shove pod might have been beating us from the start.
I think they might have been beating us from the start.
It was never even a competition.
We barely,
We fabricated it.
to talk about pre-Civil War days, we barely have 1 non-free American listening to this podcast.
Jeez, man. Just why is that like the?
I don't know, because
scale,
it is
of
about
reference?
it is about 3/5, and whenever that fraction comes up in my head, I just think of the 3/5 clause, which no longer exists. Thank you, 14th Amendment. Very important amendment.
Thanks, Mr. 14. Thanks, Mr. 14. It's
Yep.
big news for Mr. 14.
But in an effort to not run away from our history, I will say that we have on average, 1 slave listens to our podcast every episode.
All right.
So what do you
That's just a
what do you got for us today?
great thing. Oh well, I don't know if you've heard the news. I don't know if the lovely listeners at home have heard the news.
Okay.
I'm a D1 athlete. I'm a D1 athlete now.
Yeah, you are.
Varsity
So Daniel
Division
had.
1
Uh-huh.
athlete. Alton Syracuse University Counter-Strike 2 team. Thank you. No, please, stop the applause, the roses. It's all too much. It's too much.
It behooves me to point out that you're an esports athlete.
Yeah, D1 athlete. Yeah.
A D1,
Another-
you're Division. I will give you that you're Division 1. You're Division 1 esports.
Athlete. I'm a Division 1 I'm a Division 1 athlete.
You are on a Division 1 esports team.
Varsity. I'm on a varsity. It's a varsity competitive program.
My Division 1 track and field athletics team didn't have varsity and JV because it was just the Division 1 program.
We don't have JV, but you guys did compete in varsity competition, the same as I do.
I
We're both D1 athletes here.
don't know if they use that
We're
word
both
in
D1
college.
athletes. Nope, they do. They do. Promise you, they do.
I don't think you can say that we're both the same.
But literally, the emails that my professors get are like, attention, professor. There's a student athlete in your class who will be gone for this date to this date. Under the, under the Syracuse University Code of Student Athletes, this is what it says that you must do. They can miss class, and it's an excused absence, and you have to accommodate them. And my teachers get that email for me, same as they do for the football player.
At the turn of the century, it was an established policy of administrations that women couldn't vote, but just because somebody in power says it doesn't make it just and accurate, I would argue, as a counterpoint.
Wait, so you're saying it?
If you want to go counter strike on this, I would say that you are a Division I esports athlete. I feel very comfortable saying that, and congratulations, because it is an accomplishment to be on the forefront of Division I esports.
Yeah, Division I athletics. Yeah. We're saying the same thing.
I don't think we're saying the same thing.
Anyway, no, okay, so, we can let bygones be bygones. We're saying the same thing. It's fine. I walked onto the team. I went to tryouts. I made the team. To be honest, bit of a culture hire. I'm a bit of a culture hire, DEI hire, you could claim. But on the team nonetheless. And let me tell you, when I put on that jersey with Weary Dan 1 on the back, man, it felt good.
And we're going to leave it there. That was half one of the Brotherly Shove podcast. Podcast listeners, don't go anywhere. Half two starts right now. And with the door chime, that means half number two has started.
Whoa!
It's really technical. It's a technical thing. Why we have to do it in two halves.
Yeah, I wouldn't quite expect, the layman listener to be able to comprehend why Robbie's camera dies after 30 minutes. Because it doesn't really make sense.
No, and nor would it interest the layman listener.
What do you think about second chances?
Yeah, I believe in them. I think most people should get them. I think in the vast majority of situations, people can change.
Hey, people can change. What if they killed 10 children?
Vast majority of cases is a good way. Negligently or purposefully?
Oh. Why? Because negligently you'd say yes, purposefully you'd say no?
If it was one child and it was an honest-to-God accident, I would say you do deserve a second chance.
What if it wasn't an accident, but, they've changed? They've, I shouldn't have murdered that kid. I feel terrible.
Let's play ball. Talk to me more about the situation in which the child has died.
How did the child die? You know what? I retract myself from this line of questioning.
Okay, very well.
I think describing...
What else you got for me?
Well, that was, that was what I had on my list. Coming into this.
That's all you had on your list?
Yo, were you even watching my debut? Did you even watch my debut? My D1 debut?
No, I don't, because you don't send us none of the streaming stuff for it.
I did. I sent the Twitch link.
Oh, well, I did not.
Maybe I didn't. Anyway, I had, so I'm the dedicated sub on the Counter-Strike team. What that essentially means is, in Counter-Strike, it's 5v5. I was the 6th player, so I was the dedicated sub. And the guy that I've been subbing in for most recently is a player on our team who's the best player on our team by far. He's like a top 100 maybe player in North America. And he just got signed to a professional team. So now they need me more. And let me tell you two things. Number one, it's tough subbing in for a guy who's not there because now he's playing pro. It's tough. It's big shoes to fill. Number two, your boy's been playing good. Your boy's been playing good. He's been
Which one is
fragging.
Counter-Strike again? Is that the game where the chicken crosses the road?
No, that's not Crossy Road. That's
Oh, I was thinking of
Crossy Road.
Crossy Road this whole time.
yeah. No.
So,
Counter-Strike
is
a
it the
5v5 tac shooter.
is it the one with the pipes? Where you click the screen and you have to make him go through the pipes?
You know, don't quite know that one off the top of my head. Don't think it's the pipe one. Don't.
There's no
think it's
pipes in the game you play?
No, there are vents. Sometimes you can go down. You thinking of Chutes and Ladders, maybe?
No. That's the classic '90s board game. I'm definitely thinking of a different. This is a video game.
Are
thinking
you
of.
being for real? Like pipes? Like, what do you mean?
Like there was like a yellow bird, and he had to.
Flappy
you tapped
Bird.
the screen.
thinking of
Oh
Flappy
my
Bird.
God. So
Yep.
yeah. So
Yep.
it's.
Nope,
that's-
not
that's what I
Flappy
was
Bird
thinking
either.
of.
Not Flappy Bird either.
Okay. All right.
And so, as I was saying, I've been playing good, and it's clear because imagine it. Okay, imagine the difference between like Counter-Strike, right? It's a team of 5. So if you're at home and you load into a game, you're just placed with 4 random teammates. It's a similar to walking on a basketball court and just playing pickup games with anybody there, right? Mm-hmm. And that's
You're
why,
picking a real bad analogy for this because I don't play basketball either.
like any recreational sport activity where there's no like organized team. So you walk on and you play with whoever's there. You play in a pickup game.
Yes.
When you play Counter-Strike at home, you boot into a pickup game. We call them pugs for short. But that's so different from like actual organized team Counter-Strike. It's like pickup basketball compared to like the NBA in terms of like everybody has a position, everybody has a role. You need to know where to be, connected to your other teammates. You need to know when to take space, when to fall back, when to use all of this stuff, the grenades, all of everything. And that is the type of Counter-Strike that I haven't really been that familiar with. And it's a tough transition, but I'm learning. And I feel like all the time I spent in the chair is finally going towards something. Do you want to tell me
Good
about
for
the chair?
you. Oh, I will tell him about the chair. Yeah, when Daniel was a kid, there was a chair that was called the chair, but really it was an area in our kitchen where we had the family computer set up.
Yeah.
And Daniel spent an egregious amount of time at the family computer playing Minecraft, or sometimes the flavor of the week was a little bit different, but it I think it at times caused problems with everyone of the family individually in some different way. Because you were literally, mom and dad were worried about you. I was like, great, my brother's a nerd. Like sometimes Lindsay needed to use the computer and you were on it. And like, oh, the chair. So Daniel was always in the chair. And now it actually is a crazy blow up to think of the chair as has transitioned to the D1 esports chair.
Yeah,
It's
and
actually-
let me tell you,
it's a-
the chair is up there on the stage.
It's like, well, it's truly, your chair was disgusting because he used the same chair and you also had a wiping issue at that point in your life.
That's not.
So
the
the chair was literally the fabric on the bottom of the chair was like rubbed raw with your human feces.
Okay, it was not rubbed
Essentially.
raw with my essentially. It's
It
not
was-
essentially
there
rubbed
was,
raw
and
with
no,
my human
but
feces.
it had gone beyond just shit stained. Like the fabric of the chair had started to have a chemical reaction with
Dude,
your poop
oh my
from your butt
This
being
is-
on
this
it
is-
so
It's
much.
not even true.
To the point where you'd walk into the kitchen and you and I would get in fights because I'd say, Daniel, did you wipe the last time you went to the bathroom? And the answer would be no to that question.
Answer would be yes to that question. But anyway, I digress. So, different.
No, but
different
you
chair, different time.
you are like you're like a true underdog story, because like in those days of the chair, none of us believed in you. We were
Dude.
all like, he makes no friends and all he does is play computer games all day. And
Yeah.
it is actually, I will say, it is actually shocking to think, wow, look at you now.
You know what? And this is something that that our parents have said, and I think for us it's true because we have the wonderful financial backing of our parents. Not it's not like we, but we're not broke having to, find out where our next meal is. We don't have to worry about that, which is a big privilege. But they say, do what you love and things will come. And it might not seem clear and obvious at first, but you can make kind of the thing that you love doing into a thing just by virtue of being passionate. And look at that, right? Now I'm looking at a career,
which is ironic
esports.
because when they said that, they did not mean it in terms of your video game playing.
Nope.
It truly was like, this is truly like the parent that didn't get it, and now their kids made it. Like, you can't be an artist.
Yeah.
You can't be an artist. You need to get a real job. And now, to be fair, you are on a Division I esports team.
I'm on Division I esports team. I'm going this weekend. We're going to Frag Jersey. Who's that? Rowan University. It's a big tournament. Leaving Thursday. I was gonna play in it because the guy, the pro team that the guy I'm subbing in for, that he's on, they were gonna go to this tournament. He's on a team called Lag, and Lag was gonna go to this tournament, but then another one of their players quit, so now Lag dropped out of the tournament, which means he's taking my spot back.
Wait, I have a question. Do you have access to the facilities that the other Division I athletes at Syracuse have access to, like the weight room, the academic help desk, like the nutrition center, if they have one of those? I'm sure they do at Syracuse. Can you, if you walked in to the weight room where the football team works out and we're like, no, it's cool, I'm on Counter-Strike 2. Like that, you know what I'm trying to say?
I think
during my college track days, there was an entire section of campus that only the athletes had access to. It really was an ego inflator. Like, we had our own study hall, we had our own cafeteria, we had our own weight room, we had our own support offices for tutors and all that stuff. Do you have that?
I wonder.
Do you guys
I was gonna.
Do you have access? Like, we had our own athletic trainers too that were What if you're like, I'm getting some carpal tunnel? Can I see the same athletic trainer that takes care of the basketball team?
Well, okay, for basketball and football, they probably have their own dedicated subsection within all that.
That's how BU, the hockey team, had all of their own, and then all the other sports teams shared.
I wonder if I could get into the shared stuff, because I haven't tried, I haven't asked.
Can you ask for next week and we can revisit?
Yeah, because I'd imagine that maybe. I actually don't know, because I don't know.
What if you were my hamstring's been bothering me? Can I see the AT?
like that? No, and the reason I do think yes is because of that email that we get. That we get the same email for missing classes that the student athletes do.
Okay, but yeah, that's one segment. I'm asking about if all segments of student
that's the student. That's the and Robbie, what they tell you is you're not athletes. Tell me if they told you this in your orientation. You're not athlete students, you're student athletes. Academics come first.
Yes, that is what they said.
So if we get the same academic privileges.
Yeah, that's the thing. You clearly get the same academic privileges, but does that extend to the second half of the hyphenation?
I don't know, because we have places that only varsity esports athletes, D1 esports athletes can go to. And I wonder, would a football player be able to get onto the same ones? I think no. But I think those are also our dedicated spaces, like the football team
that feels sports specific. I don't think a hockey player at Syracuse could go onto the football field, and I don't think a football player could go into the ice hockey rink. And yeah. I think in that way, I've seen your guys' esports room. It's pretty sick, actually. Not gonna lie about that.
Or did you see Barnes?
Yeah. You know which one I saw, and it's preposterous that you'd think I'd know the difference.
It was Barnes. Robbie, there's a newer, nicer, better one, and they're building a newer, nicer, better one than the newer, nicer, better one.
Syracuse is going all in on this, huh?
Dude, esports. All right, can I give you the like?
You can briefly. We have 3 minutes left in the pod this week. We're about to thank everybody for listening.
Okay, so collegiate esports, essentially the reason these schools can do it, or at least think they can do it because it's still a relatively new field. Syracuse is the first like big R1 institution that has kind of invested all this money in esports, right? And
what is R1?
It's a research standard. It's like the highest level of academic like research, I think. Academic results. It's what like they flout for their academics. Like, you know, MIT's R1, Columbia R1, Syracuse also R1. You know, it's just.
Oh, like if colleges had academic divisions.
Yes.
Okay.
And the idea is esports. You can essentially write it off as a marketing expense, in the same way that athletics kind of function as a marketing expense for the college, right? So how does this?
Colleges are such a sham, dude.
Our brand image, like enhance the school's like reputation, and then get us, you know, donors.
It's actually
students.
It's crazy to me that can be a legal goal of an institution that should just be there to teach people things.
Well, it's like, you know, if you have private education in some way, right? People have to, and you're not just going to the state school, like the Pennsylvania State.
I'm thinking of like, you know, in Skyrim, for example, when you do the mission where you have to go to the university, it's some secluded dungeon in the north of some snowy mountain that it takes you a full game day to trek to. And like, it's like a bunch of dudes in robes that read books. And then I'm now fast forwarding to the present time ahead of where Skyrim was. And I'm now like, there's marketing line budgets for 5 guys that put a ball in a hoop.
Yeah. And I mean, like, well, then you get into the question of like, you know, it's a cultural kind of staple of the United States to have like collegiate athletics, but then you get into like, all right, have we strayed a little bit far from kind of where we should be?
That was my point. Is that the modern day
like,
private university has definitely strayed.
Yeah.
Do you know that Boston University, my alma mater, they are really a real estate agency in disguise. Like, they own more property in Boston than the city government of Boston does in Boston.
Oh.
So, at a certain point, when do you stop calling them an academic institution when 90% of their budget line and their like financials have to do with real estate?
But also they're not flipping these sites. Like
they own real estate that has nothing to do with the college. Like, they just own people's houses. Not students, not teachers, not academic buildings, not help centers, not student unions, not on-campus restaurants. Like, they just own. I did a story on this when I was in college because I couldn't believe it. Like, they just own. They're the single largest private owner of real estate in the city of Boston, in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Like,
wow.
they just own office buildings. And it's all write-offs because they're a nonprofit, because they also give people degrees.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. We got a good system. And you know what's even better about this? Is that to attend this institute, it's not even like an everybody wins here, because to attend this institution, you either need to be born into generational wealth or go into debt for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So
and we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you've made it this far, do let us know. We'd really appreciate it.
Type golden babies in the comments if you made it this far.
Yep.
And everybody will know that you're the coolest.
Brotherly Chef Podcast is back. Daniel, I'm excited to be back with you here doing this on a weekly basis.
You know, interesting first episode. You crashed out for the entire first half.
I did.
And then we talked esports for the second half. Honestly, that is pretty much what this show is going to look like in some form or another.
If you like this today, that's what you'll get next week. All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.